Welcome to today's video. Today we're just gonna do a chatty kind of get ready with me, pretty much 100% drugstore video. I have a ton of product from Makeup Revolution that I've been meaning to test and try out, and I thought it'd be fun to just kind of do a first impression video on that product. I don't have everything I need from them, so I'm gonna incorporate other brands like Wet n Wild and just other drugstore brands. So, as far as what I have on my skin so far, I just have on my moisturizer, my SPF, my eye cream, all of that good stuff. I am gonna start with a primer, and I'm really curious about this primer. It's by Makeup Revolution. It's called the NYX primer, and it is a black gel primer that's supposed to help blur and mattify the skin. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but we will try. So when I think of blurring, I think like smoothing out my texture, right? Okay, I'm not gonna put a ton just because I'm a little scared about this. Okay, well, that does completely blend in clear. I wonder what the point of it being black is. Does anyone know? Like, is there charcoal in it, or what is the purpose of it being black? It doesn't really say on here. I'm not sure. Black gel primer. Okay, it just says it's a black gel primer, so. I don't really know if I see a difference yet in my pores. It doesn't say on here it's a pore blurring, but it does use the word blurring, so I don't know. Let's go ahead and apply my makeup. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I have the shade Soft Beige. I really like this foundation. When this launched, I remember reviewing it and really liking it, and I haven't used it in a while, so it'll be fun. I remember this feeling really lightweight, but covering really well and blending out really well. There, of course, is the very, very, very strong scent to this, which I was reminded smells like paint thinner. So I feel like you kind of have to know that before going into it. It just blends so nice and smooth and light. It feels so light. And it has a really like natural matte finish. It doesn't look overly powdered or matte, but it just has, like a velvety finish. It's really nice. Okay, so that's going on nicely. I don't really know that the primer did anything though. Just as far as like immediate blurring effects, maybe it'll keep my skin matte throughout the day, but it didn't really seem to change anything. I like this foundation because it looks pretty natural. I mean, you can still kind of see my skin through it. It's not like full coverage, but it's enough coverage for me. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. If I want more coverage, I'll go back, but I do wanna test out this concealer by Makeup Revolution. I wanna see how much coverage that's gonna give me. So this is the Super Size Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer, and I have the shade C5. It's a pretty big package. It almost reminds me of the Shape Tape concealer as far as size. Let's see the applicator. And the applicator too is very much like the Shape Tape concealer. I haven't heard anything about this concealer, so I'm not sure if this is going to be like a dupe for that or not. It just says full coverage concealer, so let's see. So since it's full coverage, I'm going to try not to apply it too much. Okay, we're going to start there and see if I need to go back and add any. And I'm actually going to use my Sigma F79 brush for this. I'm going to go right in here. Okay, it does definitely offer good coverage. Okay, that's nice. I don't know that it offers as much coverage as the Shape Tape, but it does offer pretty good coverage. I do think I need to add a little bit more there. And just to make things even, I'm gonna go add a little more there. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna take a beauty blender and just kind of absorb any excess. Okay, that concealer's okay. I don't really think that I'm like blown away, like wow, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't think it's as much as the Shape Tape. I don't. I didn't apply that much, but I also don't want to apply a ton of concealer. So now I'm going to go and set under my eyes, and I'm actually going to kind of set the majority of the face, my T-zone, with the Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot Powder in Banana Light. You guys know I love this. I've been using it a lot lately. I really, really like it. I think this powder does blur out texture in the skin, like pores, and it's very light. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of run it all over because it's pretty translucent. Even though it does have a little bit of brightness, it's pretty translucent. And I am gonna go and warm the face up with bronzer, so. I don't have a good drugstore powder, like setting powder in front of me, So I'm just gonna use that. Oh yeah, see, I love this product, you guys. I just applied that all over and it instantly like diminished pores and made everything look smooth. It is a really, really, really good powder. For bronzer, I'm gonna use my obviously well-loved bronzer by Physicians Formula, the Butter Bronzer. I definitely need a new one of these. I don't know why, I haven't picked one up yet. And I'm just gonna kind of warm the face up. For brows, I'm using the NYX Precision Brow Pencil, and I'm just gonna kind of comb my brows in place and then fill them in. So I've been feeling a little anxious lately, a little overwhelmed. And it's not because I have like a ton of stuff it's not because I have a ton of work to catch up on or I'm so far behind or anything, but you know, I really try and manage like filming and editing and social media and all the stuff that I have to do to keep my channel and my Instagram and all that going. I really, really, really try and manage that just in the hours that the kids are at school, which right now I don't have a lot of time because Kate's in preschool and she gets out at 1 o'clock. So I really have 3 hours. You know, I drop her off at 9, I get home at 9:30, I have to leave at 12:30 to pick her up. So it's not really a whole lot of time. And I really try and kind of disconnect between the hours of 1 and 8 o'clock p.m. when I'm with the kids, you know, like I don't want to be on my phone all day answering comments and replying to DMs or editing videos. I don't want to do that. I want to like spend that time with my kids and be present. But it is kind of harder to catch up because then I get the kids down at, you know, 8 o'clock and I need to do so much, right? But for a while there, I wasn't going to bed till like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was up so late and I was so tired. And I just feel like at my age, I cannot be, like sleep is important. Like I really have to get to sleep by 11 and get a good 7 hours of sleep at least. So I've been trying to manage my time better, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge to manage your time, you know, because I also want to have a little bit of a social life, you know, and be able to have lunch with my friends or catch up with my friends. But sometimes scheduling that stuff just eats into, you know, when I thought I had 12 hours a week to work, now I have 8 after appointments and this and that. Anyway, I'm just whining. It's silly. I know this is like not this is all silly problems, right? Oh, you know what? I don't have a good, oh, here we go. I always like to go over my brow pencil with a little bit of brow gel. So this is the Brow Stylist by L'Oreal. It has the tiniest brush known to man on this. And I'm just gonna kind of comb through them. This is just gonna soften them. It's also gonna work like a little bit of like a hair mousse for your brows to keep them in place. So I just did a pretty sheer layer of the Revlon eyeshadow primer with my finger, and then I'm gonna go in and apply my shadow. And I think I'm gonna work with this palette by Makeup Revolution. It's the Chocolate Rose Gold palette. Okay, and so this is what the palette looks like. All pretty warm shades. You have a mix of matte and shimmers. You do have some greens and golds in there. You're gonna play with this. It has this applicator in here, which I'm probably honestly gonna toss or maybe let the girls have because I really don't find those too helpful. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw that we went camping I guess it was a week or so ago during spring break. We had such a great time. It was our first trip going camping together as a family. I used to go with my dad when I was a kid, like backpacking, put a tent up kind of camping. We did rent an RV, so some people might say we went glamping, but it definitely still felt like camping to me, you know? But it was so much fun. We're already planning our second trip. Highly recommend. It was just nice because one, I didn't have cell service at all pretty much. I was able to get on a little bit here and there, but it was very, very spotty. So it really kind of forced me to disconnect. And, you know, we were just outside and the kids had a blast. They made like friends with little neighboring campsites. There's 2 little girls that were next to us that they just had a blast with. They were running around playing hide and seek and playing tag. And it was a really, really fun time, really special memory. So I think we are going to, probably make that an annual tradition. We rented our RV on the site Outdoorsy. It's kind of like an Airbnb for RVs. So I think we lucked out because the guy that we rented it from was just great. Like when I went on there to look for RVs, they were all pretty much priced the same, around $200 to $250 a night, depending on what RV size you're looking for. But when you go to check out, a lot of them have like extra added fees, or they have all these restrictions, like you can only drive 100 miles a day or something like that. And his was pretty straightforward. Like there was no restrictions. You could bring it was pet friendly. There were not a lot of added fees at all. Like was a really good experience. So I think we're gonna rent from the same guy when we go on our next trip. This is a really pretty color. So the color that I'm using in the palette is this one right here. It's kind of like a reddish brick cinnamon color, and it's matte. It's really pretty though. It's not going on as red as I thought it would be. Ooh, that color is so pretty. This is that really shimmery, like golden bronze that's right next to the color I just used. It's so, so beautiful. I didn't expect it to go on so pigmented. I expected it to be real chunky, but it's going on really well and I don't have any fallout so far. So I know that a lot of you are newer to my channel, like maybe you've subscribed in the last few months. I started that series, MAC Training Secrets Revealed, in October, November, and I know I've gotten a lot of new subscribers from that series. And so I've really realized that my training videos and my teaching videos are probably what most of you guys come here for. So I've been doing a lot of those, and will continue to do a lot of those. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, or you follow me on Instagram and you know me a little bit better, you know that I've got other things I'm passionate about sharing, like health and fitness and kind of positive thinking and just I don't know, like I want to do more than that, and I don't know if YouTube is the platform for me to do that, or if I should just really stick to my educational like makeup videos here, and then maybe start another platform for like kind of more, motivational stuff and inspirational stuff for women. Like I love that. I mean, I am constantly someone who is always listening to podcasts or audiobooks, or just trying to always work at being the best version of myself that I can. Like it's a conscious effort for me. And so I like to talk about that, and I like to share that with other people. And I don't really know that YouTube is the right place, but I would love to know from you guys if that's something that you'd be interested in hearing or watching, whether it's another channel or it's a podcast or it's an email or it's a blog. Like, would that be something you guys would be interested in following along and kind of getting that content from me? Let me know in the comment section below. So next I'm going in with this shade right here, which is a bit more pink. And remember, this is the one I used on my crease. So now I'm going with this one right here, and I'm gonna add that on top of my crease, just because I want you to see a little bit more pink in that crease. And then for my brow highlight, I'm just taking the lightest matte shade in the palette, and I'm just popping that right underneath the brow. It's honestly a little too dark. Like I want something a little bit brighter than this. Oh well, we will work with what we have. It's funny, when I do videos like this, like I plan on doing a full makeup application, I show up to preschool to drop Kate off and I have like nothing on my face, nothing. And then I show up to pick her up and I've got lashes and shimmer and like full on glam. It's kind of funny. Okay, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of a shade darker in the crease. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of that right in the outer corner just to kind of deepen it up. This palette doesn't really have like a really, really dark shade. I think this is the darkest shade, and I wouldn't even call this like a really dark shade. They're pretty though. This is a pretty like color palette. Okay, I think I'm getting a little carried away here with the red. I need to stop. Set the brush down, Lisa. Okay, I have to step away from Drugstore because I don't have a good black Drugstore liquid liner. So I'm just gonna go in with my Kat Von D and line my eyes. Okay, so let's go back to that topic of, additional content that I'm thinking of putting out there. What kind of topics would you like? Like that fall into the whole like motivational, inspirational, balanced work life, wellness. What kind of topics would you guys like me to talk about? Obviously, like I'm not a trainer, I'm not a nutritionist or anything. Like anything I share fitness or health related is truly coming from a place of like my own experience, right? It's not coming from an expert opinion or expert knowledge on the topic. It's just kind of sharing, what works for me and what I do. There's just so much more that I want to share with you guys, and I just don't know the right way to do that. Like I don't want to turn people off from this channel that are here for just makeup. But I also I know that there are a lot of you that want more than that. And so I'm just trying to figure out like what would be the best platform for that. I'm kind of started thinking about looking into a podcast and what that would entail, and starting that. I really have no idea how you even start a podcast. I don't know what equipment you need. I don't know any of that. So I'd have to, look at that and see if that's something I can really commit to, because I don't want to just sit here and say, oh, I'm going to start a podcast And then it's not something that I can actually keep up with and keep delivering, you know, regular content. So I need to kind of do some homework on that. Okay, I'm gonna go apply my lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've applied lashes. I used the Ardell Demi Wispies, and then for my lower lash line, I just added a little bit of the darkest shadow that I used in the outer corner. I put that underneath my eyes, and then I coated my lower lashes with the Revolution mascara, the Mascara Revolution. I wish I hadn't put on my false lashes first because I really wanted to test this mascara out. From what it did on my bottom lashes, I was pretty impressed because I barely did any swipe and it gave a lot of length, but I'm not really able to tell how good this mascara is because I didn't apply it on my top lashes. But if you've tried this, let me know what you think. I'm definitely gonna give this a try tomorrow and I'll keep you guys updated. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me there at Lisa J Makeup. That's usually where I kind of give like, you know, like it's easier for me to push out content on Instagram stories. So I will update you guys on how this performs once I have a chance to try it. And then I feel like I kind of need to touch up my setting powder and under eyes. So I'm just gonna grab that Banana Light and just go back over. So pretty, so pretty. It reminds me of like a sunset. Very pretty, very warm, colorful, but still neutral. For blush, I grabbed my trusty old Luminoso by Milani. You know, I love this blush. It's just perfection. Regardless of price, it's just perfection. I feel like I would pay $30 for this blush if it were at Sephora. I did do a pretty in-depth blush and bronzer and contour video that I'll have linked down below for you guys. But I like to like smile to kind of identify where the pops of my cheeks are. And then I just kind of brush downward and then I slightly move my brush up, depending on your face shape. If you're not trying to create like a lifted cheekbone, then you might want to kind of move your brush down. But I like to create a little bit of a lift there. So nice. Okay, for lips, I'm just gonna use this lip gloss. This is by Revolution Makeup. It's called the I Heart Chocolate Lip Gloss. And the color is called Chocolate Orange. No idea. It smells like oranges almost. I have no idea if this is gonna have a lot of color or a little color. Oh, it's got a lot of color. I kind of suspected that it did. It looked like it was almost like a liquid lipstick, but it's a gloss. So I kind of knew that it would have a lot of pigment. That's really, really pretty. Okay, yeah, you really don't need a lipstick if you use this gloss because it's gonna pretty much cover any color that you have on underneath. Okay, I saw this trick that Scott Barnes did on Tati's video where he took the gloss and he kind of like feathered it up to give more fullness, which I need right here. I have a very, very small upper lip. I actually have gotten Juvederm in my lips. I started that 2 years ago and I get it once a year. It probably lasts me, I don't know, maybe 8 months or so, but I'm very, very, very conservative with it. I haven't really even had anyone ask me on my channel, which tells me that it looks natural, which is what I wanted. But I've noticed as I got older, I've always had a small lips, but I've noticed as I've gotten older, my upper lip is just like non-existent. I mean, this is with a little bit of lip filler in it, so. Oh, this is beautiful. I love this. This gloss is beautiful. I love this. The texture, the color payoff, it's so, so nice. I love this, yay! I love when I find new favorite lip products. So it is I Heart Chocolate Lip Gloss in the shade Chocolate Orange. All right, you guys, that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed this little look. I kind of really like the way that it turned out, honestly. I really, really like it. Some of the things that impressed me the most were the eyeshadow palette. The color payoff was really nice. It was better, way better than I expected. I mean, the color payoff is really nice. I really, really love this gloss. The concealer is nice. I wouldn't say that it's as full coverage as the Shape Tape, but it's enough coverage for me. As far as finish of it, it doesn't look really dry. It doesn't look as dry as the Shape Tape at all. It's a good concealer. I don't know that I would like, it's not one of my favorites, but it's a good concealer. What else do we try? I think the mascara is interesting. Like I said, I noticed a big difference in my lower lashes. Like, do you see how long my lower lashes look? That was just with one coat, and I have really short lower lashes, so I'm excited to try this and test it out further. What else did I really, really like that we tried? Of course, this Banana Light powder. I love this. I've been talking about this a lot lately. It's fantastic. Oh, you know what I didn't try that I want to try? These highlighters. It's the Rose Gold Glow, and I got another one that is more pink, but I really thought this would be a prettier, ooh, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna put a little bit of this underneath my brow, because I did want something brighter underneath my brow, so let's try that. Ooh, oh, okay, that is some highlight. That is really, really pretty. That's what I wanted. I wanted something brighter underneath the eye. Maybe not something as shimmery, but something brighter like this. This is beautiful. Okay, I want to kind of try this and see how it works on my highlight. So this is how the shades look. There's one that's more golden and there's one that's more pink. Let me swatch these for you guys. So these are what the two shades look like. One that's more yellow and gold, and then one that's more like a pink opalescent color. I think we're gonna try the pink opalescent color, and I wanna apply with a brush that is so light. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the setting brush by Real Techniques, and I'm gonna go into the pinky shade, and we're just gonna kind of put that right there. Okay, that is definitely some highlight. It's pretty, it's more highlight than I like though, because I do have pores and texture here, and I do think this is going to magnify it, but if you like this type of highlight, this is a nice product. It's just not something that I love. I love this on the eyes. I think this would be really pretty on the eyes, but I probably wouldn't use this on my, oh, although that's nice. That's pretty. I could use this. I just have to be careful. I wouldn't put it over here. Any place that you have pores or texture, it's going to accentuate, but I think it's really nice on the nose and on the lip. It is a good product. It's not something that I would use here because of texture, but I do think that it would be really pretty on the eyes, down the center of the nose, right here on the chin. If you like something like this on your cheeks, then I do think this is a good product. Okay, and last, I'm gonna set everything with a Wet n Wild Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. I bought this, I don't know, about a month ago, and I keep forgetting to use it. Oh, it smells so good. It reminds me of that sunblock that you used to wear, Hawaiian Tropic, when you were a kid. Oh, it smells so good. So it's a 3-in-1 base. So it's prep, set, and refresh. So you can use this before you apply your makeup. You can set your makeup, and then you can refresh your makeup with it. Well, I really love the way the whole look turned out. What do you guys think? Very glowy, very like warm bronze sunset. I really like it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Again, I would love to hear your ideas and suggestions. I want to share more content. I'm just trying to figure out the best platform to share that with and topic ideas. So let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.